Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. In this video, I'm going to be letting you know the All Blacks starting lineup for their second test match up against the Springboks. And if you do enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get straight into this lineup. Right, so the All Blacks have very recently announced their side that is going to be taking on the Springboks this weekend for the last match of the Rugby Championship 2021 competition. It is going to be kicking off at 11:05 PM New Zealand time, which is going to be 12:05 PM in South Africa for that match, and it should be a very entertaining one. Last week was 19 points to 17, very close game, but in the end, the All Blacks just able to sneak that one. And this game could be very similar, it could be very close in that regard, which does mean it will be a very exciting one. But nonetheless, we will look at the starting lineup. Number one, once again, it is going to be Joe Moody. Number two, Cody Taylor. And then number three is going to be Nepo Lawala. So an unchanged front row from the last match that they did play up against the Boks last week. Then looking at the locks, also unchanged, it is going to be Brodie Retallick starting at number 4, and then number 5, it is going to be Scott Barrett. Now looking at the loose forwards, now last week there was a late change of Luke Jacobson out due to a stomach bug. He was going to be in that number 8 jersey, but instead it was Ardie Savea who did move to 8, and then it was Ethan Blackett who actually slotted in at 7. This week they have gone with what they were originally going to be having last week, which is Akira Ioane at number 6, number 7, Ardie Savea, and then number 8, Luke Jacobson returns from that stomach bug, and he will be raring to go. He was in quite a bit of form heading into the match last week, Luke Jacobson, so he will be glad that he is back in that starting lineup, getting an opportunity in this game, the last of the Rugby Championship, like I mentioned. Then from here, the All Blacks, they will be heading to the Northern Hemisphere, taking on the USA, also France, Ireland, Italy, and Wales is the other game that they are going to be playing up there, which is going to be very awesome and deep. But nonetheless, now we will look at the back line. Number 9, it is going to be Brad Weber starting this one, with number 10 being Beauden Barrett. Now there is going to be a surprise for fly half cover. Last week it was McKenzie. This week we have got the returning Richie Monge, but we will get to the bench in a very short moment. Number 11, another change here. It is going to be Rieko Ioane starting at 11. So they have transitioned him from 13 last week to 11 this week to see how he goes. That is replacing George Bridge, who is nowhere to be seen in the starting lineup or reserves. Then the centres, David Havili once again going to be starting at 12, and then number 13 will be the returning Anton Lienert-Brown. And I believe the reasoning behind that a little bit is they just want to make sure that they have got that very solid foundation in the midfield while also having the pace of Rieko Ioane. I felt like they couldn't leave him out of the starting lineup, so he has taken that number 11 jersey. He will be marking up with the very pacey Seppo Unkosi, so that will be a very good battle out on that side of the field. On the other side of the field, it is going to be Sevu Reece getting the opportunity. He did miss out last week out of the starting lineup and reserves. This week, Will Jordan will not be at 14, and it does mean that Sevu Reece will get a run round in that number 14 jersey. Then 15, once again, for about the 4th week in a row, they have gone with Jordie Barrett. He was very good under the high ball last week, also nailed all of his kicks off the tee, so I assume more than likely he will be doing the goal kicking once again. But that is the starting lineup for the All Blacks. Now we look at the reserves, and they are going to be as follows. Number 16, it is going to be Asafa Moore, so it is great to see him back in the All Blacks kit. He did get a game up against Argentina a little while ago. He did get to start that match, but other than that, we haven't really seen him. Normally, it is Takiaho off the bench, but instead now, Asafa Moore going to get that opportunity. Number 17, it is going to be George Bower, so he gets an opportunity for the All Blacks in this one as well. And then number 18, it is going to be Ofa Tuangafasi. He came off the bench last week, and he will be doing the same in this one. Number 19, the replacement lock, it is going to be Patrick Tuipulotu. Now last week, the All Blacks line out, it did struggle up against the Springboks. The likes of Etzebeth and also Lou Diaga were just causing a whole heap of issues at that line out time. So Patrick Tuipulotu, he'll have to make sure that he has a good finish to this match. Number 20, Ethan Blackett, someone who I actually predicted would get a start in this game due to how well he played in that last match. Was one of the standout forwards, but he is going to get another opportunity here. He's not going to be starting, but he will be coming off the bench, and he is a very good player, very physical, and just seems to be in some very good form at the moment, so it seemed like he was not going to be missing out. Then number 21, it is going to be TJ Perenara. Number 22, the returning Richie Monge. He has finished his quarantine, which does mean he gets an opportunity off the bench for this game. Perhaps he gets the start up against the USA in a few weeks' time, but for now, he will be coming off the bench in the later stages of this game up against the Springboks. And then number 23 to close out the starting lineup and reserves for the All Blacks, it is going to be Damian McKenzie. So they have got a couple options off that bench in terms of that fly half and also fullback cover if they do decide to use it. Maybe late in this match, depending on how it goes, they could slot Jordie Barrett to that right wing side if they do need to. But also with Rieko Ioane out there on the left wing side, it does mean that you've still got that opportunity of moving him to centre if something did happen to one of those guys in the midfield, or maybe Jordie Barrett might slot into centre as well. That man, at the moment, Jordie Barrett, he is one of those guys that I think they will try and keep him out there for the full 80 if they have got a spare spot for him, but we will have to wait and see. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We are going to be doing our usual watch-along live stream for the match that is going to be taking place 11:05 PM New Zealand time at Seabus Super Stadium for the final round of the Rugby Championship. We are also going to be doing our pre-match build-up where we will have an interview with an ex-All Black once again. So if you are new, be sure to check that out. But nonetheless, thank you very much for tuning in, and I will see you all for the next one.